everyone. Welcome to episode 8 of the Gridiron Entertainment podcast, the official podcast we're talking about football and football only. We have a lot to talk about in this episode. This is a very stacked episode. I'm with my boy Omar.
Hey Mo, how you doing, man?
I'm good, bro. How about you?
I'm doing good, man. I can't complain. I love all the news that's coming out right now. Like, I am so excited. The offseason is just beginning, and we're only 12 days away from free agency actually opening up. So let's get started. First, we're gonna talk about first is JJ Watt signing to the Cardinals. We're gonna break that down a little bit. What the deal means. Secondly, we're going to talk about what it means for his former teammate. We're going to go into that and what should happen, what the Texans should do next. Thirdly, Russell Wilson, again, I said it last week. I'm saying it again. More trade rumors. He's insinuating that he wants to stay, but if you're mentioning teams, you don't want to stay. So we're going to break that down. Number 4, we're going to talk about the Washington football team cutting quarterback. We're going to talk about where he should go next. 5, we're going to talk about contract talks that are going well for this one specific player who hasn't had the best of luck lately with these negotiations. We're going to break that down. Then we're going to talk about the Vikings releasing a star player today to make cap space. We're going to talk about that, what impact that has on the Vikings offense. We're going to talk about the Dolphins cutting a player one season after signing a 4-year, $51 million contract. We're going to talk about what this means for the Dolphins and what direction they're going to go in next. And then every week we talk about a team that what we think they need to do to succeed. And we got the Bills this week. We're going to break that down to end the show. Mo, how are you once again?
Bro, I'm good, man. I can't complain. I'm sad for this episode. We have a lot to talk about.
I know. I am so happy. This is great. I'm so happy to be here today. Episode 8. We made it. We're going to have to talk about JJ Watt, man. He signs with the Cardinals, 2-year deal, $33 million, $21 million guaranteed. He was offered a lot more from other teams too, and he decided to choose Arizona.
I'm actually surprised he chose Arizona, honestly. That is the least expected team, honestly.
I don't think it is. D-Hop's there, and I think that there's a young core in Arizona, up-and-coming team.
I mean, yeah, that's true. But would you rather go to Arizona or would you rather go to the Packers or the Bills? Or they're already contenders.
Realistically, I would have gone to the Browns. That's just me.
Oh, yeah, or the Browns. Yeah, exactly. I don't know why you go to the Cardinals, who are in the stack division, by the way.
Oh, absolutely. Niners, Seahawks, Rams, and the Rams are just getting better. You know what I'm saying?
Probably the most stacked division in football.
Definitely. I'm happy for JJ. I'm happy he got his big money contract, even though people think that he wasn't going to get that much. But I'm happy that he actually goes to a good team, because the Cardinals are still a good team. I just think they're a few pieces away, which they can accomplish in the draft. But this is good for JJ. This is good for the young core in Arizona. I like the signing a lot. Now, like I said before, I would rather go to Cleveland, but as a Ravens fan, I'm pretty happy he didn't go to Cleveland because Myles Garrett is already too much to handle in our division. So I like it. Now, Green Bay, I thought it would be like the Bills, to be honest with you, because I remember a few days ago, like rumors were swirling that he liked the Bills a lot. I thought he would go there.
I actually thought he was going to go to the Packers, honestly.
Yeah. I thought Green Bay would have been a great destination for him. And
first off, they're contenders. They're from Wisconsin, where he played college from.
Yeah.
It's like the perfect scenario. So
also to make that pass rush even better, you have
him and Darius Smith.
Yeah, Z-Dog there. I mean, and you guys were going to release the other Smith brother.
Preston Smith?
Preston, because, I mean, he's not really playing great.
Yeah, there's a lot of people we need to release, but I mean, we're gonna get to that when we get to the Packers and our breakdown.
Absolutely.
I have a lot to talk about on that one.
Absolutely. It's gonna be an exciting time when we get there. So the next question I want to ask you, Mo, what does this signing mean to JJ Watt's former teammate? And when I say his former teammate, I mean Deshaun Watson. What does this mean for him? He is the only guy standing because D-Hop is gone. JJ, the heart of the team, the heart of Houston, what defines the Houston Texans is gone. What does this mean for Deshaun Watson? Deshaun already met with the coach last Friday and told him, yeah, I'm not playing for this team.
And
Literally said.
I don't blame him.
Who do the Texans have at this point?
No one.
So they released an offensive lineman already. They released two of them. They gave They gave David Johnson a 1 year, $6 million contract. They have literally no wide receivers besides Brandon Cooks, who's always injury prone. And he's pretty much still carrying the franchise on his back, and he just shouldn't have to do all that. And he's 25. I really look. I'm gonna say this right now. If I'm the Texans, just take the value and run. Take the 3 first and go. You know,
Real. Like, you guys aren't even gonna do that good with Deshaun anyway. So might as well just get some draft picks and rebuild.
you might as well just go for the rebuilding phase. The team is not good enough to contend. It's not there. You're wasting Deshaun Watson's potential. He wants to leave. Just let him go. I just don't see why you would want, why do you want to keep someone who doesn't even want to be there?
Exactly.
And Deshaun even said that he would skip training camp too. He would sit out.
I think that's what's gonna happen. I think he's gonna hold out.
I think there's going to be a lot of players that are going to hold out. I just think that Deshaun at this point is fed up with the organization. He just wants out. I don't know why the Texans are just holding on to this. It's just like, you might as well just let him walk. Like, what do you get rid of his contract, you get 3 first, or you get a big package back for him. Like, what do you got to lose? You know, like, as a franchise, you guys are going to be bad already this year. You're not going to be good. It's not like you're contending for the AFC South. You're still going to be a very bad team. You might as well just trade, rebuild. It's going to be a few painful years, but you might as well just go through it right now. Show your fans that you're going to go through this rebuilding phase and you're going to actually try to build something up and actually make the Texans back to that 12-4 team. Like I said, I mean, it's all Bill O'Brien's fault at the end of the day. He messed up everything. So go fix that mistake. Go ahead and fix it right now. Go trade Deshaun Watson, get some good value out of him, and rebuild right now.
Man, they fell off as hard as they rose up.
When D-Hop finally got a good quarterback, and then all of a sudden they decided to trade him.
They were doing so good. I don't know why they couldn't just keep everyone intact. Like, oh, so dumb.
Like JJ said in our season finale, he said that we wasted one of your years and we should have won 12 games. And they should have won. If they had D-Hop, they probably would have won 12 games this past season.
Yeah, because their division wasn't even that good.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Colts and the Titans would have been a problem, but still, I think they would have been able to get it done. I don't think they're, with JJ Watt there and with D-Hop there, at least like someone reliable. Like, D-Hop is a reliable receiver that Deshaun can go to when he needs him. But the offensive line still plays bad, but with those guys there, for sure would have won 11 or 12 games, to be honest with you. I just think right now it's too little too late. You might as well just scrap everything. Let's just go back to square one. We got a new head coach. We got a new GM. It's a new day in Houston. Let's just get rid of Deshaun and let's just begin the rebuilding process from April 28th or 27th, whenever the draft is.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Like, they're not going to accomplish anything at all, even with the team they have now. Because the team they have now, they're so bad. Oh, my God.
The franchise, the team is just so watered down. It's just watered down. There's nothing there. Like, you might as well just scrap everything. Just get rid of the big contract, draft some players, do bad. Like, you know, they'll probably not have a great year this year, even if they trade Deshaun Watson, get all those picks. And then next year you draft better and maybe you'll get some free agents that actually want to come if you fix your cap situation, you know?
Like, they have, like, who else is good on that team other than D-Watt? I don't know anyone else.
Zach Cunningham's pretty good. He's a linebacker. He's pretty good.
No, like on offense.
Oh, on offense? No one.
Yeah.
Brandon Cooks kind of fell off. Kiki QT. I mean, Will Fuller's still there, but he's leaving for big money.
He's going to leave. He's probably going to go to the Packers.
Yeah, I can see that. That deep threat that can just, like, he'll be gone. And then after that, who do you have?
Exactly.
So Texans just do the right thing and trade Deshaun Watson and get the value out of him right now. Moving on, we got more Russell Wilson trade rumors. He is just lighting up the fire right now. When you name your 4 teams, Saints, Cowboys, Raiders, and Dolphins, you already know Russ wants out of Seattle. And I don't blame him. I'd leave that division too if I were him.
For real, especially with JJ Watt now on the Cardinals. Dude, look at every team's defense in that division.
Rams defense, amazing. Niners defense, amazing. Cards pass rush is going to be sick. Like, the offensive line.
Especially with that Seahawks O-line. Oh my God, they're going to get torched.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. Russ is not going to have time, and it's just going to be an awful disaster. I think he's going to leave. He's not going to stay, even though he says he wants to stay. Like, just because your agent insinuated and added and named 4 teams, that doesn't mean you want to stay.
And other teams are interested. There's only 4 teams. He could probably go anywhere, to be honest.
Honestly, really, the Broncos got to be the move, because I even unless they get Deshaun, but the Broncos has to be the move for Russ.
You think he's going to the AFC?
Yeah. Where else would he go? I mean, Saints have bad.
The Niners would be sick. Actually, that's never going to happen.
That's never going to happen. No. If the Niners do that, they're just dumb.
I mean, that'd be a sick team, though.
I know, right? With Russ there, I agree. But I can see if Deshaun goes to San Francisco, Russ got to go to Denver.
Washington would be a cool move.
Washington would too. I mean, young core there too. The offensive line isn't that bad.
They're getting better.
Yeah, it's not like, with Ron Rivera there. I mean, the culture's changing a lot, and everyone's actually really happy in Washington. The players are actually really happy for once. They're not depressed.
Man, watch out for Washington, man. In a few years, they could be contenders.
Watch out. Yeah. I mean, I can see Washington. I can see also Russell Wilson maybe to the Giants. That could be a good move. That could be a good move. The dumbest thing I saw was when people were talking about Russell Wilson getting traded for Dak Prescott. And to me, I'm like, why would the Cowboys ever do that?
I mean, they're getting a better QB.
Dak is younger.
Yeah, true. But, like, if they're in win now mode.
I mean, Seattle's in win now mode. So, like, Dak is pretty much going to suffer with the offensive line.
I mean, I think Dak's going to stay.
I think Dak's going to stay. Like, I would rather have a younger Dak Prescott than an older Russell Wilson, no matter how good Russ is. I mean, I'd rather have Dak for the long term, because Dak is, you saw how he was doing. He was still leading the league in passing yards after he got hurt. Because of how
He got hurt?
Yeah, before he got, no, even after he got hurt, he still led for like 2 weeks.
Are you talking about this year?
Yes.
What do you mean, dude? He got hurt and he finished with the season.
No, but I'm saying, like, even after he got hurt, he was still leading. Yeah, he was still leading in passing yards. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
So I wouldn't do that trade. Yeah, I know, right? Isn't that crazy?
That defense just sucks.
Yeah, their defense is trash. They didn't draft. I mean, CeeDee Lamb is great, but maybe getting a safety would have been better, because the defense secondary, that was just awful.
And their D-line's pretty trash too.
Yeah, it's really, really bad. That defense is really bad. So if I wouldn't do that if I'm the Cowboys, but Russ insinuating that he wants to go. I mean, the Raiders is actually not a bad spot.
Yeah, they're young, but they just didn't get that defense.
Exactly. If they just get a defense, they'll be straight. But Raiders wouldn't be a bad spot. Miami would be great too.
You know what would be a sick move? The Panthers.
That'd actually be pretty nice.
Yeah.
I would like that a lot.
That'd be sick.
Straight up trade for, well, not straight up trade, but like Teddy B and Russ in the trade, pretty much. Yeah.
The Bears?
I heard the Bears a lot, but their line is so bad too. So why does he want to go play for a crappy offensive line?
You're right.
So, but
the teams I could see him going to are like the Broncos or the Panthers.
I can see him going to the Broncos or like the Raiders. Like, he'll go to like an AFC team.
Yeah.
I could see that. So Russ again in the trade rumors. You gotta love it.
Oh yeah, we need to talk about how like he talked with Pete Carroll and he was frustrated.
Yeah, he was. Like, I mean, I don't blame him. As the franchise quarterback, you have a right to know what the plans are.
Like, I think, like, man, like they said they had a meeting about like getting a better O-line, and he said he ended the meeting frustrated. So I don't know what they talked about, but doesn't look pretty to me.
I mean, as a quarterback that's getting sacked a lot, like he's getting older, he's not getting any younger, and he shouldn't be escaping all the time, running for his life.
Yeah.
So they need to really make that an emphasis. Like, stop drafting guys like Rashad Penny and like just go get an offensive line. Like, don't be that team. Like, go get Russ an offensive line and you'll make him happy. Because he got you guys a Super Bowl.
Dude, he's always had a trash O-line though.
Yeah.
Like always had a trash O-line.
He just had that fantastic defense back then.
Yeah.
Legion of Boom, great defense, but we'll see what happens with Russ. Let's move on to the Washington football team cutting Alex Smith. They plan on it. They haven't done it yet, but they plan on it. Mo, where do you think Alex Smith should go next? Because he's going to get a job somewhere.
I don't even know, honestly. Like, with all these, like, he's going to go to another team, but with all these, like amazing QBs coming out of this draft class, and, like, the free agency, I don't know where he's going to start, honestly.
Do you think he should just go be a mentor for like a rookie or something, or like it's gonna be like the Patrick Mahomes treatment where he just teaches the rookie and then he gets traded again?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. But if he does end up on a team, like, I mean, I'd be happy for him. I mean, like, I get it's a business. I get why he left Washington. They need a new QB. Like,
yeah. I mean, if I'm Washington, I mean, it's just Alex Smith is just too much of a liability.
Yeah, he is a liability, but like the way he came back was amazing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's
he
a
brought
comeback
them to the
story.
Playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. No, this is what Alex Smith did, being out for over a year and coming back and playing. That's phenomenal.
They need to name that award after him.
I agree. They really should. I can see Alex. I mean, where would he go? Maybe Detroit, back up Jared Goff. Maybe he'll go to.
You could go to like maybe the Jaguars and teach Trevor Lawrence.
Maybe the Jags. Yeah, I can see that too. I can see that happening as well. I mean, makes sense. Maybe the Eagles. I mean, there's just so many teams that could use a backup quarterback because I really don't see Alex Smith starting, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like,
sadly.
I don't think he's starting material anymore at this point in his career. Unfortunately, it's like if it wasn't for that injury, he'd still be starting no matter what.
I mean, the fact that he's still in the league is amazing.
Oh, I know. Like, no one else could have done what he did. Like, no one else could have. That's just amazing will. Just shows that anything's possible. So for Alex Smith, we really hope he finds a new team, which we know he will. He'll land somewhere. Maybe the Patriots could get him, and he could like mentor a young rookie if they end up going the rookie route.
Yeah.
I mean, unless they bring Cam back, I don't know if they're actually going to bring Cam back. So we'll see about that. We'll see with Alex Smith. We'll keep you updated on that. Next, a certain quarterback who's had trouble with contract talks. It's finally getting better. Dak Prescott been trying to get that long-term deal. We know what happened last year with that in the summer when the deadline passed and they couldn't get the deal done, and his brother was frustrated and he called out the Cowboys. And then week 5, was it week 5? I think it was week 5. Dak gets hurt. Season's over. We were all mad that he didn't sign a big contract. We were mad that the Cowboys did not give him the contract he deserves. Mo, what do you think? Do you think this is a mirage, or do you think actually the contracts are getting better? The talks are getting better between him and the Cowboys?
I mean, I want him to stay. Like, we can only hope that it's going well. I mean, I don't know why they just didn't sign a contract before this season. I don't know why they didn't sign a big deal, because he deserves it. Like, he's always played great with the Cowboys. He's had, especially the rookie year, he balled out. Like, I think he deserves a new contract.
Oh yeah, we all think he deserves a new contract. It's just like, what is making Jerry Jones not want him to sign? Okay, first off, Dak's like 25, he's about to turn 26. He's young. He's in his prime. What's holding him back from signing that contract? Like, Dallas has an abundance of money. Okay.
Yeah.
Pay the franchise quarterback. Franchise quarterback is the cornerstone of your team. You saw what happened when he got hurt. they weren't the same. At least when Dak, like, despite them having a crappy defense and not so good offensive line, he still made it work. He kept them in games.
Exactly.
Like, he kept them in it through the long haul. I mean, I probably think I'm gonna be honest with you. If Dak did stay healthy, they probably would have won the division.
Yeah, definitely.
They would have not gotten embarrassed by Washington on Thanksgiving. They would have been able to get through the division because the division was so trash. Like, halfway through the season, it was still bad, and it was anyone's division. It's crazy.
I'm kind of glad that it was bad. It was entertaining.
Yeah, it was interesting to see. I mean, it just made it more like who's going to be the team that hosts a playoff game and they have a worse record than the wild card team. It's just very funny to see. But for Dak, really do hope he gets his contract he deserves to get.
I mean, and if he doesn't get it, he could just go to another team. Like, there's a lot of teams that want him, I bet.
So let me ask you this, Mo. If Dak is given an option to sign a franchise tag, do you, as Dak Prescott, sit out the season?
Man, I mean, yeah. I'd hate getting franchise tagged twice.
Oh, yeah, me too. It's like, okay, it's like I've proved to you guys that I can play. I've won the division this many times. I have passing records. Like, what else do you need me to prove?
We're going to explain this a lot later in this episode, but like, I feel like a player shouldn't get franchise tagged twice. But I mean, we're going to talk about that later. Later.
So next up, we're going to talk about the Vikings releasing tight end Kyle Rudolph. He signed a contract last year. The Vikings are moving on. This is really weird to me. I just think that the offense, like Kirk Cousins, that's a safety blanket.
I don't know why they did that.
Were they really trying to free up cap space for somebody? Like, who did they want? Like, I'm just curious to know what the Vikings are thinking here. Like, Irv Smith is good. Don't get me wrong. Irv Smith Jr., like, he's a really good tight end, Alabama product. Like, he's really good. Do they think it's time to make him the tight end one in Minnesota? Like, I wouldn't mind it. I think but like, to me, it just doesn't make sense. Like, you give a guy a 1-year deal, right? Kyle Rudolph didn't have a bad year. He was pretty decent, to be honest with you. Like, he wasn't that bad. Like,
that's the thing about him. He's always productive.
Yeah. He's a very underrated tight end, by the way, in the league. Like, he's very, very underrated. He does not get the credit that he deserves. I'm just very curious with the move. I just wonder what the Vikings will do with Kyle Rudolph out in Minnesota. And Kyle Rudolph will find a team. Mo, where do you think he should go?
I'm trying to think of teams who need a tight end.
I could see Seattle. I could see Seattle being a destination for him. I mean, Seattle wouldn't be a bad spot. The Panthers, they could use a tight end. I mean, I don't hate their other tight end that they have right now, but I mean, with him in Carolina, it just looks a little bit better. There's places he can go. Jags, but I mean, Jags have cap for days, so he could go there. Maybe play with Trevor Lawrence. That'd actually be pretty
cool. Giants?
Yeah, Evan Ingram ain't it, man. Evan Ingram ain't it, to be honest with you. Like, forget it. Is Kyle Rudolph better than Evan Ingram?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. What kind of question is that? I think it sucks.
For a first-round pick, he really just hasn't been living up to his potential. But yeah, Kyle Rudolph in New York wouldn't be a bad option. I think that him there. Cowboys. I mean, Schultz is there, but I mean, if he goes to Dallas, it wouldn't be a bad spot for him either.
Yeah. So he deserves the tight end one.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I would too. I'll give him the tight end one. He's a very reliable tight end. He's a very reliable tight end. When you need him, he will be there. So Kyle Rudolph will find a team soon. We're just surprised by the cut by the Vikings. So yeah. Moving on to another surprising cut. Dolphins cut Van Noy 1 season after he signed a 4-year, $51 million contract. It's very interesting. I even saw on Twitter that he was very, very frustrated with the cut because he said that he played well. And I think he played well. Like, he's a really good linebacker.
I feel like this is a really, really bad move by the Dolphins. I would have never done that. He's a great linebacker. And you just paid him. It was his first year and you cut him this early.
Yeah, I'm just curious to see, like, what are they trying to make cap space for? Like, what do they want to do?
Maybe Deshaun Watson?
Maybe trade him for Tua. I mean, that's an upgrade right there. Deshaun's still 25 years old. He's probably the piece that they need to get over the hump. The quarterback position is the only thing the Dolphins need. If they get that down, just beware.
I mean, like Tua isn't a bad QB, but I'd take Deshaun Watson over Tua any day of the week.
I 110% would do that too. Unless you know what I mean? Like, and Tua is very, the hip is kind of a reliability as well. I'm not comfortable with that. But Van Noy, I mean, he got options to go wherever he wants to go. Where should he go? I mean, I think Tennessee would be a great place for him to go. I think
Chiefs.
I think the Bills would be good. Go to a division rival, sign cheap, go there, prove them wrong.
The Chiefs need a linebacker.
The Chiefs would be a great spot for him. I mean, they really do need the linebacker position badly.
The Packers kind of need a linebacker.
I would go there too. There's a lot of places. Linebackers are very, very like he'll find a spot easily. I would be frustrated too. I was like, what happened? You know what I mean? Like, what happened? Like, what did I do after 1 year?
They really couldn't find any other players to cut other than him.
Yeah, like that's a big contract they're cutting, unless, like you said, they're making room for Deshaun Watson. But everyone's trying to make room.
If they are making room for Deshaun Watson, then this is worth it. But if they're not, then this is just bad.
Yeah, and I mean, there's so many teams making room for Deshaun Watson. The Panthers, Washington. I mean, they're trying. There's so many teams that want him, but the Texans are like, nope, they don't want to trade him. Don't know why. Don't know why they don't want to
free Deshaun Watson.
For real, just make it happen. Please free him. Please free him. So we wish nothing but the best for Van Noy. He's a great player. We really do hope that a team comes in, actually looks at his talent and actually does believe in him instead of cutting him after 1 year.
He's going to find a team. I'm confident.
Absolutely. Let's talk about the franchise tag thing since you brought it up earlier on the show. Now, are you asking what do you think the franchise tag should be abolished?
So here's the thing with the franchise tag.
Okay.
I feel like it shouldn't be should it be banned or removed completely? No, but they really need to change. Like they need to change the rules of it because I feel like the rules are really bad.
What do you think they should do? Like, do you think that a player should be franchise tagged just one time?
Yeah, they need to be franchise tagged one time. I feel like twice. That's just no, like that's just not gonna work.
I see your point.
But like the franchise tag. Like the idea of it is good. Like you can't sign like a player a huge contract, so you have to franchise tag him. Like that's a good it's a good concept, but they really need to change it, make it better.
What do you think they should do to make it better? Like what would you prefer? Like what are some things? Now I did say make it like a one-time thing, right? Because Kirk Cousins was franchise tagged twice in Washington. What do you think it would be like? Would it be more guaranteed money? Was that what you would give the franchise tag player? Well, what else would you give him?
I'd do that. I give them more guaranteed money.
Okay.
And I give them an idea of what's gonna happen next year. Are we gonna bring you to another team? Are we gonna keep you?
I don't know about that. I feel like when you make a promise early, it's not really good because plans do change on the fly. I wouldn't promise a player anything. I just think at the end of the day, this is a business and we'll do what's best for the team no matter what. Even if we don't give you a big extension, it's not us saying we don't like you or we don't believe in you. It's just us being like, okay, we don't think you're the guy and we just need to move forward. It's not a hate thing. If you were going to say to ban the franchise tag completely, I was going to say no.
Yeah, no, don't.
If you're a team and you're in an awful cap situation, why, if you get rid of that franchise tag, players just gonna walk.
Exactly. It's a good idea. That's not like I was saying. If you're really bad in cap and you want to keep a player for another year, then you could franchise tag them.
Yeah. I mean, I understand. I mean, I see the whole thing with Dak Prescott and I saw with Kirk Cousins, but then Kirk Cousins, I mean, he got his big deal in Minnesota. It was kind of worth it. Now, Dak, he's not going to get tagged again. I will tell you right now, he's not going to get tagged again. He will get a big contract because he deserves it. Cowboys got cap. They got cap space. They'll pay him. So, I mean, I like your ideas of the franchise tag maybe being adjusted a little bit. I kind of like that.
Because right now, I really don't like the franchise tag rules.
I got you. All good. All right, Mo. Every week we break down a team that, what we think they should do in order to succeed. This week we got the Bills, the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills, they have negative 2.1 million in cap space projected. They have a few unrestricted free agents. They have 7 draft picks. They have 1 on day 1, 2 on day 2, and 4 on day 3. Their needs right now are D-line and corner, but I would say that their big need is running back. I really do think that they need to get a running back immediately. They need to draft one because there's a lot of good running backs in this class. So Mo, what do you think the Bills should do with their pick in the draft? I mean,
Definitely go running back around 1. Definitely, because they're an amazing team. Don't get me wrong, but if they could get the running game working, man, the sky's the limit. The reason I feel like the reason why they fell short in the playoffs is the run game. Because I never saw them run. I never saw a run play. It was just a pass every drive, every play.
No. I see. Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, but Chris Jones was coming after Josh Allen all game during that Chiefs game.
Exactly.
So I would say Najee Harris. Go get Najee Harris in the first round. I would also say if you don't want to get a running back, you could also draft another offensive line like a guard. You need to get that interior line fixed. They have Brian Winters that's going to be gone. They got a guy named Joe Feliciano that's going to be gone too. He's going to be a free agent. I think they're not going to bring back Brian Winters. They might bring back Joe, but to me, go draft a first round rookie. Go get the offensive line. Go get that, or get Najee Harris. You could get him in the second round if you trade up.
Chuba Hubbard wouldn't be a bad one either.
Exactly. There's an abundance of running backs in this draft class that the Bills can have their pick, but you need to get a running back. Now, I say Najee Harris because Najee is a workhorse. You need the Bills. They don't have a workhorse back. They have Devin Singletary, and they have.
He's not a bad running back.
No.
He's misused.
He's misused, but he also has some issues with the ball, like handling the ball. He fumbles a few times. I'm just not with it. But they need a bell cow back, like a Josh Jacobs or a Derrick Henry. Alabama running backs. There you go. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Go get Najee Harris in the first round. Because they got a late first. I'm pretty sure they got it in a 28.
Yeah, that would be a bad one. That's perfect for a running back.
Go get him before the Steelers do, because the Steelers also need a running back. So go get him. But really, it's either you go guard or you go running back. Is either or, because running backs are you can also draft one later in the draft. It doesn't have to be Najee Harris. Like Mo said, Chuba Hubbard is also a very good running back. Kid from North Carolina, also a very good running back. Just pick a guy where he fits in the offense and he's a reliable bell cow back. You know?
And in the second or third round, I don't think a receiver would be a bad idea. Getting another receiver. What do you think?
I think that I don't think it would be a bad idea. I think the more depth on the receiver line, the better. I would also say they need to maybe get another corner to be opposite Tre'Davious White. I think that would be a great idea. I think a corner to be opposite of him would be great. Another pass rusher, they could use that to get to the quarterback, because Mahomes he had abundance of time in that championship game. He had so much time. But yeah, I mean, a receiver wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, there's so many of them. You can
probably get maybe Seth Williams.
I know, but you got Diggs too, and Jerron Brown.
Yeah, I know. Getting Seth Williams
wouldn't be a bad idea, but I think Seth is probably going to be gone earlier than that in the second round. I mean, they could get him in the second, but I think Seth Williams is an early second round guy. He could be a first round pick, but I don't know. I don't.
There's a lot of good receivers.
Yeah. There's a lot of talent. Not like last year with Justin Jefferson there. That receiver class was crazy. But this one, Devontae Smith, Jamar Chase, just forget about it. So
exactly.
So I think Najee would be the pick. I'd say, or offensive line. Honestly, the pick is yours. I mean, the Bills can pretty much just pick their poison right here. I think that either or would be great. They don't have a lot of cap space, so I really don't know who they can sign. They have they're projected to have negative 2.1.
Who are free agents for them this year?
Let's see. We got Matt Milano. He's probably not coming back. Josh Norman. That's why you get a corner. I think a corner would be great because Josh Norman's going to be out. Tackle Darrell Williams, Trent Murphy, the two guards I mentioned earlier, and Matt Barkley.
Oh, so it's not like that much.
No. And they might cut Quentin Jefferson, Mario Addison, Vernon Butler, and Tyler Matakevich. Like they're gonna save a lot of money with that because their cap is really, really bad right now.
Yeah.
They're projected to have it at negative 2.1, and I know they're gonna have to make some moves. They're gonna have to cut some players. So it's gonna be moves that they're gonna have to do, unfortunately. It's not unfortunate, but like they need to make these. So there's gonna be cuts. There's gonna be a lot of players that are gonna walk. Like Matt Milano is gonna walk.
Yeah, exactly.
He's gonna walk. So that's all we gotta say, I guess. I mean, the Bills really they just need a couple more pieces, and they could be right on par with the Chiefs, man. Like they really
because they already have a lot of great players. They have Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, John Brown. They have they need that running back, man.
Really need a running back. Offensive line, like a guard would be good too. But also like a corner. Like if Norman's actually gonna be gone, like go sign a corner opposite of Tre'Davious.
I mean, isn't there there's not a lot of good corners in this free agency, right?
William Jackson's there, but like the Bengals are gonna make that a priority to sign him. So the Bills are gonna have to play hardball with the Bengals to get him.
Yeah.
So I'll see. I mean, what are we? We're about more than a month away from the draft, which is exciting. But this has been a great show. JJ Watt signs, more Russell Wilson trade rumors. This is great. Mo, is there anything you want to say before we close out the show?
Wait. I have one more topic to talk about.
Okay.
So, I don't know if you've heard of this, but Stephon Gilmore, people say that there is a conclusion that he's going to leave the Patriots this offseason. And guess what? The interested teams are the Browns and the Packers.
Oh.
Dude, imagine Jair Alexander and Stephon Gilmore as your corners.
Bro, who's stopping that secondary?
Exactly. No one.
Actually, I just don't understand. I mean, I kind of get why they would do it. JC Jackson's pretty good.
Get Kevin King out of here.
Like, what's his face? Like JC. No, I'm talking about like Gilmore. I'm just talking about. I understand.
Oh yeah.
The Patriots, if they want to move from him, they have JC Jackson there. They have a good secondary. Their secondary is still pretty good because Gilmore was out. Remember, Gilmore got hurt during the year. Yeah. But it's not like the secondary completely fell off. The secondary held their own.
Yeah.
So they just saw it as like, okay, look, we're going to pay this guy a lot of money. We could save cap space and sign a receiver. And our secondary is great anyway, even without Gilmore. It's still really good. So I wouldn't be surprised if he gets traded. Now, Green Bay would be a great spot. Cleveland, we already know Cleveland has their secondary problems. Like him and Denzel Ward on the other side would be great too. Like just he'll go to a contender. And I wouldn't be surprised if, like I said, like I wouldn't be surprised if he gets traded. Like I really wouldn't. I really wouldn't. Now, what do you give up for him? Probably like
not a first. No,
I'll probably give up like a third and like a fifth. To be honest with you,
that's not bad.
No. It's not bad. Not bad at all.
I'd give up that for Stephon Gilmore because he's still a top 5 corner in the league.
Yeah, he's still a great corner. It's just like for the Patriots, we can get cheaper, and we already have great secondary players, so it would make sense to cut him. Like, will the defense hurt without having that franchise star? Yeah, but if you already have a bunch of other guys that are proving their point on the roster and they're playing at a great level with Gilmore out, you might as well just go save the money and let him and trade him away.
Yeah.
So I don't see the big deal with that. Like I can see if the Packers do get him, like the secondary will be unstoppable.
Goodness, Jair Alexander and Stephon Gilmore.
I would love that too. Like that would just be great to watch. That'd just be entertaining TV. The Packers would have one of the best secondaries in the league. To be honest with you, I mean,
that's what he should do. Stephon Gilmore should do a Charles Woodson. He should leave to go to a contender, win a Super Bowl, and then go back. Or like, no, he doesn't have to go back to the Patriots. But like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no, I get it. I understand your point. But yeah, like Patriots trading Gilmore wouldn't surprise me. It'll make sense. Save that money. You can go get some receivers for whoever is going to be the quarterback, whether it's Cam Newton or whether they draft a quarterback.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens with that. Okay.
Man, this free agency, it hasn't even started and it's amazing.
I love it. I love this news. It's the best. So Mo, is there anything you want to say before we close out the show?
Go Packers. Screw the Bears.
Okay.
Screw the Bucks. And and screw the Vikings.
Okay. Our social medias will be down in the description. We have our inquiries will be down in the description as well. Should have the Spotify. I keep saying this all the time.
Yeah, for real.
I keep getting, bro. Okay, something always happens. Okay, something happens. I get thrown off, and then I just forget to do it. Okay.
So watch it be like episode 50, and he's like, "Oh yeah, guys, I'm still trying to get the Spotify and Apple Music go."
If I get to episode 50 and we still don't have them, this is a disgrace of a podcast. I'm just
it's gonna be a meme.
Yeah, we're just a meme at this point. Oh, we're gonna keep doing it. Oh, just we keep delaying it. But yeah, it's just we need to do it. I need to do it because we need to get more exposure on the podcast, and people would listen and then go on a YouTube video. Because I mean, you can also download YouTube videos, but I feel like downloading it off Spotify and Apple Music is 100 times better.
Yep. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it.
Okay? We're gonna get it.
We're not gonna go to episode 50 and say, "Hey guys, we're still trying to work on Spotify and Apple Music."
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Yeah, so that's on me, 110%. Also, we'll get better with posting on social media. We did say the JJ Watt news, but we should do especially me on Twitter. We need to do more of whatever happens, trade rumors, whatnot, everything. So we'll try to.
When are we gonna add? We're gonna start adding special guests. When are we gonna do that?
We need to start finding guests. We need to go ahead and look. I mean, we gotta just get the show out there and just get some people to join, because I've had people ask if they wanted to join the show.
Oh.
Yeah, I've had some people ask me, because I have told people that I do a podcast with you, so we could do that. We need to do it sometime, and then we can have plans for the draft. I don't know if you want to do a special episode on draft night.
Oh yeah, that'd be sick.
So we could do
a live stream.
That would be amazing too. A live stream. We could do. So that means we could do 3 shows a week, with the draft being the special, and whatever else happens, any big special event that happens, we need to do it. So not Natty Live. I'm not saying we do national championship, just the draft, events like that we could do.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's pretty much it for us. And
very good episode.
I enjoyed it. I loved it. Episode 8, just going to get better at free agency. I'm excited. Every year, free agency is just nuts. So
for real.
Until Friday, we got more college football news coming up, including a player that we know who went back with a familiar coach. We're going to talk about that on Friday. We're going to see if there's more news. Until then, you guys take care, and we'll see you guys on Friday.